Hey everybody, it's Meredith Miller here with your Monday Q&As. I'm trying to get through as many questions as I can today. I did receive a lot. They're adding up very quickly. I'm not going to get to all of them today. I'm just going to keep them in order on this list, and I'm going to go through them week by week. So it might be a couple weeks before I get to your questions, so please be patient. If you need a much more urgent reply, keep in mind I do offer this service on my website. It's called Personal Email Support. For $57, within 48 hours, you will get a response to your inbox. It'll be quite in depth. I'll give you some other resources to go check out. I'm gonna ask you some questions that you can go journal in and explore for empowering yourself. I'm gonna give you some feedback about the situation. So that's if you have one question that you would like answered, that's the personal email support. If you want much more in-depth help with coaching, then I suggest you book a strategy session with me. Now, if you book several of them, you can get a discount. I have sessions that are packages for 3 sessions and packages for 5. You'll get a discount on both of those. It's a great way to get a bunch of sessions a lot more affordable. Or maybe you just want to check out one session to see how it goes or just to get some feedback. You're going to get a lot out of those 90 minutes. We're going to go deep into the issues that you have. We're going to hit on some really important things for you, and then I'm going to give you some things to go work with so that you can start moving forward. So I'm going to get to this question right now. This came from a guy, and I think this is really important for all you guys out there who are fathers, right, with a co-parent who is the narcissist, the sociopath, the borderline, and the co-parent is the female. Okay, this is really big because, when I look at my YouTube statistics and my Facebook statistics, it says only 30% of my audience is men. But the reality is that of my paying clients, 50% of that income comes from men, which means that this issue is affecting men just as much as it's affecting women. Okay, I think that men maybe have more of a difficulty admitting that they're being abused at the hands of a woman because of the way that society has this idea of how a man needs to be and this and that, and also because of the way that the system is really set up against the man. That's what this question is about. So for all you guys, stay tuned here. This guy says, how to transmute the following experience. I was falsely accused by my toxic ex and her narc mom using a fake protection order to take away the mutual custody of our daughter. I know there are abusive men out there, but the existing court system favors by default any allegations without any evidence from a female in a relationship. If the toxic female requests an order of protection against her partner, the court will assume everything she says is true. When you go to court, you will not win that case. What can you do as a father to protect yourself in the future from this abuse? I want people to be aware of abusive tactics used by toxic females taking advantage of the way protection orders are currently used. Protection orders need to be taken seriously, and they are there for an important purpose. Most people who haven't been through this painful process don't get how this works until it's too late. My current goal is to make sure I look for the best interests of our daughter and be there when she needs me. I wouldn't be in that relationship in the first place if I was at the level of healing I am right now, thanks to Sana. Big hugs to you, Meredith. So I'm really sorry that you're going through this, and I actually know more of the background of that situation, and it was a horrible situation. What happened to him, totally unjust. And this is the reality for so many other men and fathers, and you are not alone. And I hope that this is kind of like a clarion call for other men who are fathers to hear this and to comment so that you guys can start to connect, to share ideas, to share resources. Okay, how to transmute this experience. So if you are in an experience that is totally out of your control, and there is nothing you can do, which might be the experience of so many guys who get into this situation with the mother of their children being the narcissist, the sociopath, the borderline, the manipulator. It could get to the point where there is nothing you can do but take care of yourself, right? It can get that bad where everything can be falling down around you and no one wants to take your side and no one believes you, and the court gives everything to this woman and you lose custody with your kids and you're like, the fuck do I do now, right? If you are in that situation, the only thing you have control over is yourself. Again, back to Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl, right? And just owning your own attitude, if that is the only thing that you can take care of. And I would focus on your self-care. I would take care of you. I would work on your negative self-talk, right? Everything that you're saying that's putting yourself down, or all the flashbacks of the memories when she was putting you down, when she was putting you down in front of the kids, when she was putting you down in the courts, when she manipulated the courts and everything against you, right? Change your self-talk, right? When the negative stuff comes in, you want to say cancel, 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 or delete, 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 and then redirect yourself to something positive, right? And focus on your self-care, focus on your nutrition, on your exercise, your movement, on the relationships that you have in your life, on being the best version of you that you can be, being like relentless with your self-talk and cutting out all of that negative self-talk, because how you treat yourself is how other people will treat you. And what probably happened too is that you were so disempowered from that relationship that when you presented in the court, no one believed you, right? So you want to work on yourself so that you believe yourself, so that you have a higher self-confidence, so that you rebuild your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-respect. You want to set new boundaries with people in your life. You want to get rid of all the toxic people, all the toxic habits that you had in your life. Have no more time or fucks for that. Cut all of that out and focus entirely on what's healthy in your life, on what feels good in your life, on how you feel, on how you want to feel. When you catch yourself feeling really down on things, you want to shift your state, right? You want to ask yourself, okay, how do I feel right now? You know, I feel pretty awful right now. Okay. Is this how I want to feel? No, I don't want to feel like this. Okay. How do I want to feel? I want to feel joyful. I want to feel alive. I want to feel like I'm making a difference in other people's lives. I want to feel like I'm doing good in the world, right? That's what you want to focus on, is on how you actually want to feel. So you want to redirect your energy, attention, and awareness from the things that make you feel like crap to the things that make you feel really good, right? There are points in our lives. It could be in this situation, you know, with the custody and things being out of your control. It could be in any other situation. You could be a guy or a girl. You could have a stalker situation and it seems like the courts aren't helping you, you know, for various other reasons. Like sometimes getting a protection order is really complicated when you're actually being stalked, harassed, you know, by somebody, and the courts just don't want to take it seriously. I mean, like the whole system needs to have, you know, a reset and a restart, and education. There needs to be a lot more education in the system. Like the fact that when you go to file a protection order, the system expects you and the perpetrator to appear together in the courtroom, which means the system understands nothing about Stockholm Syndrome. They understand nothing about trauma bonding, because if they did, they would know that you never put a victim, a survivor, in the same room as the perpetrator. Never. That is very dangerous for the victim, for the survivor. But unfortunately, that is the state of things right now. Like, there's a great lack of awareness and education in our system. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of things that need changed. And sometimes all of that is out of our control, and the only thing we can control is ourselves and how we show up. And my friend, you are doing an amazing job, because you are there all the time. I know you're there every week. You're working on the Sana 12-week series. If you guys haven't done that yet, I highly recommend it. It is only $10 on my website. It is a 12-week series. It's an audio series. Every week goes into a different holistic topic of the self-healing process after narcissistic abuse. It'll give you a lot to work on. There's exercises, there's meditations, there's other suggestions, there's some resources that I mentioned that you can go check out in addition as well. That 3 months is going to help you so much to create like a framework for the start of your recovery and healing after you're leaving this abusive relationship. So, again, I know this person is there, and week after week he's there and he's doing the work and he's focusing on himself, and things are changing, and that is amazing. And that is awesome, because the more you change yourself, the more things in your life change, the more everything around you starts to change because you change yourself. So for all of you who are in these situations where it seems like there's nothing you can do, it seems like everything is out of control, focus on changing you. How can I take care of myself better? How can I change myself? How can I get healthier? How can I feel better about myself so that I have a lot more to show up with in every moment, so that the reality around me starts to change and resonate with me? So that would be my suggestion to you. Again, you're doing amazing work. And please, for all of you other guys out there who are in a similar situation, please comment below. If you have any legal resources, please post those below in the comments. Attorneys, anybody who helps men in these situations, or women too in general, because, the custody situation just happens so often when you're dealing with the narcissist. The narcissist will always use those children as a pawn against you. Like, it is what happens all the time. I hear these stories all the time from men and women. So, the more we know about legal resources, the more we know about what the possibilities are dealing within the legal system, the better. And when all of that is out of control and you can do nothing about that, focus on your self-care. Take care of yourself, get yourself better, get yourself healthier, build your self-confidence, build your self-worth, build your self-respect, build your self-love through the self-care process, because that is going to radiate and shine and start to change things around you. I know it must be really, really difficult, and I'm so sorry that you went through that. And to all of you guys in this situation, I'm sending you a big hug.